Yeah,
No,
good.
I will take Chris Paul on any team, including a pickup game that I'm trying to win to stay on the floor, because I've competed against him too often, and I know how difficult he is to beat. But yeah, we're really excited to have Chris, and it'll be a fun season coming up.
How have your conversations been with him so far? Like, what have you gotten together yet? I know he's traveling. You're always in Hawaii for the first part of the summer. What have you gotten to talk to him about?
Well, we met in Vegas. I watched Steph and Chris work out together. We've talked about our team. One of the things I told Chris was we have to be more controlled this year. Last year, we were number 29 in the league in turnovers. In other words, second worst in the league. But we had the fastest pace in the league. That's not a great combination.
That's wild.
And one of the things I love about Chris is that he controls games. And so I told him we need his ability to control the game at key times for us. And he knows he's going to adapt to some of the stuff we do, especially when he's playing with Steph, throwing the ball ahead, playing with a little more pace. So I kind of like the idea of finding a better balance this year and being more under control, but still being, really lethal offensively. And then, of course, what Chris does in pick and roll and his mid-range game, he always gives you a chance in every possession to get a good shot. And he's one of the great point guards of all time. So we're lucky to have him.
Okay, so I'm glad you guys seemingly have a very good relationship now, because before you go, we have to ask you about this moment back in 2018 between you and CP3. Just take us through what you guys were joking about. I mean, obviously he thought something was happening that you might not have known was happening. So what was going through your mind in this situation?
Well, I didn't know. I think we were joking about traveling, and but he was not joking. I was joking about traveling. He didn't want any part of it. One of the funny things about this league is that you compete against people, and especially if you see someone in the playoffs over and over again, like we did with Chris in Houston. And then all of a sudden you're teammates or you're coaching someone, and you laugh at moments like this where, you're at each other's throats for much of your career. Reminded me a little bit, when I played, Reggie Miller and I played against each other in college and then the pros as well. And I used to hate Reggie. Oh man, like he was, and then we became broadcast partners and he became a great friend. And so I feel like that's kind of how it's going to be with Chris. We've all hated him, because we were competing and he was so good, and now that's our guy, and we love him.
59, and Chris Paul going into the body of Steph Curry. And a little shimmy answer from Chris.